All right, good morning from Vernal, Utah. It is about 6 o'clock in the morning on Thursday the 7th, day 7 of the trip. And going to be doing about 475 miles today, so a relatively big day, and it's going to be hot. So I will probably be very tired of being on the bike by the end of today. We're going to see some cool stuff. The Four Corners, the Arches National Park, so should be good. So then tonight I am down in Farmington, New Mexico. So here was last night's accommodations. The Econo Lodge in Vernal, Utah. Actually was a pretty nice room. And I always do love when I can park the motorcycle right by my door and get my stuff in. So looking forward to today, and we'll check in later. All right, early morning. Sun's getting ready to come up. Rolling down Main Street in Vernal, Utah. I did not get to see much of Vernal last night. I got to the hotel, got the bike all cleaned up, ready for tomorrow, and ate at the restaurant that was right next to the hotel. Got me a soda pop from the gas station right next to the hotel. I didn't feel like getting back on the bike at that moment, so I just stayed there, watched a little TV on the history of Lynyrd Skynyrd. I mean, what better to watch on a motorcycle trip than the history of Lynyrd Skynyrd? Probably one of the most motorcycle loved bands there is. So, like I said before, we're going to do 475 miles today. It's already 70 degrees here in northern Utah at 6:15 in the morning. So it's going to be a warm one. It's going to get into the mid to high 90s. Going to have to try to keep hydrated, keep moving. And then after today, I can have 400-mile days each day if I want to. Tomorrow I'm probably planning on 450 or so, just to see a few more things in New Mexico, like Angel Fire and whatnot. But all right, there is the currently the famous pink dinosaur. Utah's dinosaur land is what this is known. You can see the sun coming up over the mountains over there. That's just pretty stuff. That up here for the fam once I can get all the power lines out of the way. So, it's going to be a good day. Alright, we got the sunrise turning around. Lights out there. Hills over there. There's the mountain. I have not seen the sun yet today. It's behind that mountain. Maybe up. Sorry, right, can't hear me. So we're getting ready to come around the sunrise. I can see it over here. It is one of the most glorious things, the sunrise. The dawn of a new day. Well, here we are, coming into colorful Colorado, leaving the great state of Utah. And this is the Blue Star Highway, I think it's called. So now in Colorado, I think I swapped back and forth on the state line a couple times on the way down to the Four Corners. But here we are in colorful Colorado. Hey, cool thing. When you're right next to a mountain range, you get like 50 sunrises because let the sun set again, and then it'll come up again, and then it'll go away again. Here, we're gonna get a sunrise again. Look at sunrise. Call it a bonus sunrise. How about that? And sunset. Alright, well, 2.1 miles, I turned right onto the Stegosaurus Freeway. I'm really leaning into this dinosaur thing up here. Alright. Okay, so this is Dinosaur, Colorado, which is apparently the gateway to the Dinosaur National Monument, but not too big a town. We're 5,800 feet, but they named all their streets that go this way after dinosaurs, so that's why this is Stegosaurus. I saw Brontosaurus and another one. These are obviously just numbers, but so Dinosaur, Colorado has named all of their streets after dinosaurs. I think that's kind of cool. Dinosaurs all over town. But you want to know what's funny? I didn't see a Sinclair station. Would have seen sitting. Alright, I am traveling on the state highway, Highway 139, and it's through this Canyonland National area. Something. I went by very fast, so I didn't see it. But it did reference Canyonland, and this is a beautiful road. This road is gorgeous to drive, and it's got lots of bluffs on both sides. You see an ATV trails that go off to the mountains and stuff. So it's pretty neat. Great little drive. Alright, I just stopped at a informative rest stop pull-off on the road. And the area is called Canyon Pintada, which means Painted Canyon, and it was discovered by the Western world by Spanish priests who came up here with Ute tribe guides, and we're looking for a different route to the west, California, and they named it that because there's a lot of paintings and whatnot on the rocks around here. So the Native Americans have been living here for many, many, many years, and had they had little storage. They would use mud and rocks and create storage areas on the cliffs that they would harvest their corn and then store the corn in there. And that was in 1776 that the Spanish priests were up here and discovered it. So that's pretty neat. tight hairpin corner, and there were 3 cows standing right next to the road. They're in here and they're thick. Careful a little bit on some of the corners because the pavement is a little spotty. Here's an example. If I was coming around that corner on the inside, that rough stuff really kind of messes you up a little bit. That's only open in the summer, so I don't know how they get around here in the winter, but they don't go this way. Or excuse me, it gets closed off, and they got barricades at the bottom. I don't think it's fully closed. I do think they plow it. Looks like they're coming to the summit. Gravel on the road there. Now, this is a nice road. Well, I'd love to give my compliments to the route planner. Did a fine job. That's me. Coming down off the mountain, back down into the valley on the other side. Definitely feel the temperature change. I mean, it warms up like 10 degrees immediately. It actually feels good this morning because it's been a little cool up there. You can see a lot of the forest fire smoke though settled into the valley. I know there's a bit of fires out this way. Definitely see it off in the distance, but yeah, that was a beautiful little road. side, it's got trees on it. You come down the other, it's desert. That's just the way the mountains work. It's like trees on one side, lush, other side, desert. Mountain takes all the rain out of the clouds. About 12 miles, I think, till next town. Perfect because I get down towards the bottom of the tank, fill her up. Alright, so I am in Utah on Highway 191, US Highway number 191. Probably, I don't know, 7 miles from the entrance to Arches National Park, and definitely got busier out here. Gas, I might take some in the future, but yeah, so this is Arches, Moab area, and yeah, beautiful. You can see what the topography looks like out here. Very desert looking. Dinosaurs. And the heat showed up a little earlier than I anticipated. I got out of the hotel super early this morning, trying to get as much done as I could before the heat showed up. Right here it's already 98 degrees, and it's not even 10 a.m. So that's going to make it early. So I got 475 miles. I've done 213 thus far. So that last 300 miles, 250. That's going to be a marathon. So, keep hydrated. Stop and take a break if I need to. Maybe do a live stream or something. I don't know. Find a way to manage. Work comes to work. Stop for a while. Probably 10 minutes, hopefully faster. Shall see. Alright, here we are climbing up into Arches National Park, and it is pretty, for sure. Hot. You can see 100 degrees on my temp gauge now. These rocks are cool. They look like they almost have some carvings in them or something. I'm sure they don't, but they're so flush. I dropped the pin all the way at the turnaround point at the total back, so it's 17 miles to the back of the park, and then you come out the same way you went in. So my intent is to go all the way back there. So I should be in the park for about an hour. A little are immense rock structures. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to stop and take a picture. I mean, wow. Just look at all that. I don't know what they call that one, but they ought to call it the Three Wise Men. Alright, over in the distance you can start to see some of the first arches. I know there's quite a few of them in here. The park changes as you come in. It's just these more edgy, tall, thin rocks that are just amazing. Like this one is so tall and so thin. It's like, that's amazing that it has stood up there for all these years. And then you get into this more, must be sandstone-y or something, I don't know. Being the geologist people. And this is what the wind has done to these. So you can see all these formations and stuff that it has. It is quite impressive. All right, there's the famous balanced rock. Now that's one you just don't get. How's that stayed? Wow. Okay. That's cool. I'm going to keep on going this way. Look at what's down that way. I'm going this way because no traffic. Get a little air movement. All right, here is coming down just past Panoramic Point. So I'm 2/3 of the way to the back of the park. And they got this big descent down here into the valley. And then like Delicate Arch and stuff is here, I think, at the back. I passed a few of the other roads as I came in, just because there was no traffic in front of me. I'm like, I'll hit those on the way back if I want to hit those. So this one I'm probably going to want to go to because this is Delicate Arch, and it doesn't look like it's that far back there. I don't know, we'll figure it out. I might go to the back and hit it on the way back. So this area is called Fiery Furnace, and I think that probably has to do with the color, but it certainly can do with the temperature. This part reminds me of the good old Garden of the Gods, Colorado Springs. There's an arch that's easily visible from the road. Skyline Arch. Certainly that's what it is called. Probably get here, maybe right here. Alright, so this is Devil's Garden. So this is the end of the road to turn around to head back. A lot of people out here. Apparently there's a campground out here too. So now I will turn back around and head back towards the front gate. I think I will probably stop at Delicate Arch to see what that looks like. And then probably head on towards the Four Corners. there is Delicate Arch. You can see it up there on top. There's a path that goes all the way up there, but I'm in motorcycle pants and boots and I ain't walking that far. But it's obviously a popular spot. And you can hike all the way up there, you can see people up there. Obviously a very outdoorsy town. This area is known for four-wheeling, side-by-side, motorcycles, dirt bikes, mountain biking, hiking, you name it, you can rent it in this town, it looks like. That's why I saw so many Jeeps and Broncos in Arches. It's probably all rentals. Probably a rental right there. Maybe not. Alright. One odd thing on the way down I saw this morning was a Honda Africa Twin, just like my other motorcycle, laying on a hillside. Somebody left it there. I thought that was weird. I don't know if they laid it there and went hiking, or if they got in a wreck and had left it there. It didn't look like it'd been placed like in that position from a wreck. I don't know what it was. Okay. Alright, and then downtown Moab's got, your typical tourist stuff. Sounds pretty cool. Don't come to Moab for the town though. Come to it for the off-road stuff that's around it. I am contemplating if I want to get some gas. I'm at a half a tank, 153 miles to 4 corners. Yeah, I probably will get some gas. Maybe at that 7-Eleven. Alright, so there's Moab. Alright, this is the world famous hole in the rock, whatever that means. There it is. How they got everybody to agree to this big hole in the rock on the rock, I don't know, but it is. again, heading to the Four Corners. Holy shit balls. Look at the size of that thing. Oh, I think that is one of the dump beds for those monster dump trucks. Look at that. Alright, 18 miles to the Four Corners Monument. I stopped in Cortez, topped off my gas, because as you can see there are very few services out here, and got a bite to eat because I needed to cool off. I'll give you a little picture here. If you look right here, 102 degrees. That's good as high as 104 today when I was at Arches. And now I've been on the road now for 7 hours. The motorcycle's been running, and 400 miles. I just turned 400 miles for the day. Got about 75 more miles to do, I think. So it's a blast furnace. There's just no other way around it. I am drinking fluids like nobody's business. Tired of the heat. My butt hurts from being so hot. But I feel amazingly well considering it is 102 degrees. So gonna power through about another hour and a half probably. Hopefully be at the hotel around 4:30. And then my evening will consist of soaking up the air conditioning, taking a shower, finding food that's in walking distance, and watching preseason football. So, anyway, back to the scenery. Here's what it looks like out here. Southwest Colorado. Indian reservation land. I'll check in at the Four Corners. Oh, hold on. That's the New Mexico sign. I need to get that. Yeah. Guess I didn't know I was going to cross actually into New Mexico right now. New Mexico. Alright, here's the pull-up to the Four Corners. The Navajo Nation Four Corners Monument, Tribal Parks USA. Park admission $8. So it's Navajo who owns this. Alright, here are the Four Corners. Arizona, New Mexico, Colorado, and Utah. Stand right there, you're in the middle of everything. Here's what the area has with a bunch of vendors here. So I'll go ahead and get my picture on the Four Corners. 4 states at once. Alright, so just got my picture standing in the center, and not too often you can walk around, and like I'm in Arizona right now. Here's the state line. So now it's Colorado. Or excuse me, this is New Mexico. This is New Mexico. Huh. New Mexico feels a lot like Arizona just felt, but I'm not judging. Oh, here comes another state line. Just walking around. Guess what? Colorado. Cut through here. Over here. And here comes Utah. And I'm in Utah. So there's the Four Corners. There's what it looks like out here in the middle of nowhere. 105 degrees. 'Tis sweltering. So there we go. Alright, just leaving the Four Corners, and dang it, I missed it. This said 111. Now I'm sure some of that has to do with the spike sitting in the sun, but it's that's high. And this Four Corners is definitely in the middle of nowhere, but I will say this.
always loved turquoise. My dad loves turquoise. Aunt Sandy always loved turquoise. And for two, I figure I'm willing to overpay for a magnet, considering the majority of my enjoyment over the past 9 days was laying that the Europeans took from the Native Americans. So I don't mind overpaying for a magnet. I think they kind of came out on the short end of that. So, all right, I'm in the home stretch. It says 1 hour, 13 minutes until I get to the hotel. I'm going to make that go as fast as I can. So the old bike's going to be doing about 90 miles an hour for the next hour. So, peace out. All right, if you look right over the valley right there, that is Shiprock. So that's what Shiprock, New Mexico is named after, because that rock was when the ships were visited by the old galleon type ships. And also let you know that it was not named by Native Americans. Not have known what that was. Oh god, cloud. I tell you what, you never get more happy about anything than cloud when it is 107. That's glorious. I see the rain ahead, and I've also never wished to get rained on more. That would actually be alright, but I think I'm taking a left here 2 miles and I'll be running north of it, so I'll stay dry, which is also fine, but a little flat water would be bad. So I think we're still in Navajo Nation. There's that Shiprock. I was just going to see what the school is before it turns off. Oh, this is the hospital. Oh, and the other thing, I don't know if you can see them in the distance, but my gosh, I've been able to see like 3 or 4 dust devils going all the time.